Hi, my name is Kiki. I thought I would make some videos regarding some allergy medication or treatment that I've recently started called Oralair. I did a little bit of search around on YouTube and Google, and I realised that there's really no one talking personally, or there's no community of people taking this treatment yet. I know it's fairly new. Um, I'm only about 10 days in, but I've already had a few side effects. And although I don't believe that it's a good thing to seek medical information on online, as far as you should always go back to your doctor or back to your allergist, back to your specialist to get the most accurate information. Um, I would have liked to have been able to seek out some more information from other people taking the treatment, the successes they've had after a year, after 3 years. If people have dropped out of the program and have gone for injections or sublingual drops, that kind of thing, yeah, I just thought it'd be interesting to share my experience with the treatment. Sorry. I guess I'll start off with my allergies. So I have had grass allergies for a long time. I always thought they were just pollen because they came around the spring and summer season, which in Australia was usually from about October through to February, March, probably tailing off in the summer season. Through high school, they weren't too bad. I would just get runny nose, occasionally get some itchy eyes. They were kept fairly well under control with hay fever medication. For me, I take some pretty old school gnarly medication that even surprised my allergist to a degree that I was on because they're quite old. I have parents who are nurses, and I was on polaramine. I still take polaramine when I need it. Currently it's off season, so I don't need anything generally. I take the 6 hours. They don't produce the 12s anymore. I took the 12-hour polaramine when that was around, the old reddy pink coloured pills. However, in the last 2 years, the last 2 summers, it's currently winter in Australia, I was experiencing sinus headaches 3 to 4 days out of the week, which were affecting me at work, especially in the morning, and it takes a while for them to become fully pronounced. So I will be, getting up and I'll just feel tired until finally, after a while, I realise, oh, I've actually got a sinus headache, when the pain sort of starts to settle into sort of, my eye, or kind of top of my head, sort of through your sinuses. That wasn't good. It took me a while to finally get my ass off to the doctors and finally to the allergist with a referral. But my doctor was my personal GP, was very helpful. Had blood tests done for a range of things, pollens and mold and things like that. And then I'll probably try to insert a picture of my skin test in here, because I did react to everything in my skin test, which was mold, dust mites, different types of tree stuff. I reacted to everything, which was interesting, but except the just the needle prick, just there's a word for that, and I'll put it below because I go blank on words quite often. Lots of my arm going red and gross. The coughing's not good. It's winter here, so bear with me. So about 10 days ago now, today is the end of the week. It's almost Monday, and I started taking them Monday last week. So we're coming up on 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Yeah, exactly. I haven't had too many side effects in the first half. The first 2 low dose, the 100 IR treatments, the 2 days where I had those, had virtually no reaction. I was sort of like, oh wow, this is going to be smooth sailing. The next few days, through to Friday, when I had the 300s, again, really nothing, mild tingling, in my throat, very mild. You almost wonder if you're imagining it. It's that mild. And probably in my mouth as well, maybe on my tongue. I went, I'm aware of something, but I definitely wasn't like, whoa, this is unpleasant, or even uncomfortable. So that was fine. I think that weekend, I took one while I was just before I got into the shower, and I started to feel, I started coughing quite a bit. I think it's because I had a bit of swelling in my throat. And that kind of subsided. The next day I coughed a little bit and I was fine. I'm like, oh good, this is working, already it's starting to disappear. And then I was staying with family just this weekend gone. So I took them yesterday, the Saturday, so almost 2 weeks in, and this morning, and I experienced swelling under the tongue, which scared me a little yesterday. So I took antihistamine afterwards, but I definitely got a bit of a shock because it didn't do it straight away. It took a good 10 to 15 minutes to swell up that a bit under your tongue that looks gross and like an alien, looks like something out of Aliens, swelled up, and I was like, am I speaking with a lisp? And not a proper lisp, but I definitely, because my tongue was up a little bit, I couldn't do T's properly and say things quite right. And that went down with about half an hour to an hour after taking antihistamine, which I took as soon as I could afterwards. You meant to leave a 5-minute gap between eating and drinking after. So I'm going to get onto my allergist tomorrow and just check that that's okay, because I went back through all of the symptom checklist, and I was just surprised it happened 2 days in a row, and I was just nervous. You get nervous that these things might happen again, especially if you're dealing with your mouth and your tongue. And I couldn't tell whether or not the bottom of my tongue was swelling, or if it was the top of the base of my mouth, if that makes sense, if it was both sides. So definitely wasn't the top of my tongue, underneath my tongue and below. So I couldn't quite tell which one was swollen. And then you look, it's not like you're looking at your hand and you're going, oh, I know what my hand looks like. My finger is swollen, it's broken. You're looking at a part of your mouth you don't normally look at, and it's already, like I said, looks like something out of Alien. It's not the aesthetically pleasing part of you that you might prefer to look at. So yeah, that's where I'm at with it at the moment. Started off pretty well, so clearly side effects can come up as you go. I am worried that I don't really want to be dealing with that swelling every morning. At the same time, will it go down? I don't know. So I'm a little nervous about that at the moment, 2 weeks in, to have some side effects like that. I think I had a little bit of the nausea side effect, which is listed. Just that I feel a bit, I guess you've got an allergen hitting your stomach, so maybe it irritates a little bit there. Not for ages. Of course, you don't eat beforehand, so it might just because I've got an empty stomach and then something like that's hitting it and it's just making it a little uncomfortable, but nothing major. I didn't feel proper full-blown nauseous, just my stomach isn't quite happy was what I just put into it a tiny bit, like a 10% out of a 100 being vomiting, 10% just being, oh, maybe something there. That's as simply as I can put it. Like I said, I would love to hear from you if you are also taking a similar treatment. Like I said, I'm taking the Oralair, which is the grass allergen version. However, I know there are other ones around for dust mite treatment. So if you are on that one as well, what have you experienced so far? Have you been on it for 3 years? You finished it and your allergy has gone away and you're incredibly happy about it. If you'd like to share your story of your allergies and how they've affected you personally, they can be absolutely horrible. I mean, for me, I can't sit on grass outside, and it was great to get the diagnosis of having a grass allergy, because I know I understand why when I when I've sat down in summer or something, grass is sharp. It does tiny little pricks on your leg, and I would get rashes, and I'd feel itchy, and I haven't fully put together why, because for a grass allergy for me had always been sneezing, but I wasn't putting two and two together and going, you are putting it on your skin, that's why you're reacting. So very interested to hear your experiences. I'll try to make some more videos as I go about my experience with the product. I'm aware that other people have switched away from it before, to older options, or to the drops option, sublingual drops. If you've done that, I'd really like to know why you've done that. Once again, I'm not offering any medical advice here. It's not my background at all, and you should always talk to your allergist, talk to your doctor about any treatment that you're considering going on. This is purely me saying this is what's happening to my body as I take it. And being an allergy, you can take a long list of the side effects or your own experiences of your allergies. They are completely diverse. However, I think people like to have a human experience of someone else, and be able to also communicate about, in this case, how we all deal with our allergies and our symptoms from year to year, from day to day, week to week. Because it really can be life affecting. We're not talking about anaphylaxis here. We're talking about grass dust mite allergies, but definitely they have a strong impact on our everyday lives. And you go from being completely operable, operating system, working, functioning through the winter season, and you go into your allergy season, and things are rapidly out of control. You can't see through your eyes, you can't breathe properly, your nose is a tap, and no amount of medication is going to help you. It's terrible. This has been all over the place, but I'm going to finish up. So like I said, please comment, send me a message, share your opinion, your experience. Maybe you've been on different treatment. I would love to hear from you. Thank you very much.